I'm so thankful to be joined here with Kate Connor, who is one of our very, very first students. She joined I Can Do That in 2016 and was a part of our very first Broadway showcase. And Kate stayed with us through high school until off graduating and is off in the world now. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I love it. Before we jump in, do you want to just catch us up on what you've been up to since you've graduated? I Can Do That?
Absolutely. So right now I'm a sophomore at UC Berkeley, so pretty close by, but I'm studying psychology and planning to minor in political economy. So that's kind of my academic thing that I'm doing. But I would say at the same time, I'm just trying to get involved in extracurriculars.
Yep.
I'm dancing still, which has been really great. It's been awesome having that performing arts still as a part of my life because it means so much to me. And I have joined other clubs on campus and just kind of, like you said, going into the real world and figuring it out as I go, and still always thinking and, reminiscing on my time here. So.
Love it. Yeah. Okay, so before we jump into some of the bigger questions, let's do a little flash round.
Let's do it.
Okay, all right, so opening night or closing night?
Opening.
Huh? Singing or dancing?
Dancing.
Musical or play?
Musical.
Rehearsal or performance?
I would say rehearsal.
Ooh, I love it. Tech week, love it or hate it?
Love it.
Great. Auditions, terrifying or thrilling?
Terrifying.
Okay, we'll talk more about that. Okay, so what's a theater song that you think is like underappreciated?
That's a great question.
It could also be a show.
Show. Oh my goodness. Well, I actually spent last summer in New York doing an internship for my major, and I was able to see a lot of Broadway shows there. It was like the best experience of my life. I was in heaven. But by far my favorite was Hadestown. I know that's not underappreciated, but it is genuinely the best thing I've ever seen. Like I was incredibly moved, and so were my parents. I brought my parents with me.
Did they love it?
Oh, they loved it. They won't stop talking about it. It's
so good.
I would say that was like my favorite.
I was wrecked by that show. I saw it in New York too, and I felt like once the show was over, I just sat in my seat for a bit. Like I felt like I was still processing. It was amazing.
It's an amazing show.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, final one. Dream role, past or future?
I mean, Elle Woods was a dream role of mine, and I got to do it twice, which was even better.
Yes.
Like, that was just one that I had always known was up there for me, and then by chance, my high school and I Can Do That happened to do it, so...
Right.
Just, that was a dream, all of it.
So good.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, we're going to dive into some questions.
Let's do it.
What was the transition like going from living at home to now moving to Berkeley on your own and starting school?
It was harder than I expected.
Yeah.
Even though it is relatively close to my home, like I don't have to get on a plane to go to school, it is very different than, like I was completely on my own, just figuring out how to live in a completely different place on my own, and also the size of the school was very daunting at first.
Yeah.
I now love it. It's like one of my favorite things about the school, but going somewhere and not knowing anyone, I went to a really small high school. I've been involved in this I Can Do That community since I was young. Like, I was very comfortable. I knew everyone in my life that I was interacting with. And then this was like a completely fresh start, which was great.
Yeah.
And it was hard. But I definitely learned that when things feel uncomfortable, that means you're growing and that means you're changing. And that's good in the end. And like, in the moment, it can be stressful and hard. But you just got to lean on the people that are going to stay with you through all of it, like my family, friends. Lean on like yourself, yourself the best. Just do what you can, do your best, and it will work itself out. That's kind of what I've learned.
How did that start changing? Like, were you meeting people, in your classes, or did you have roommates? Like, when did it start kind of turning?
Yeah, I would say all of freshman year was very much like a test run for me. I was I was trying a lot of different things, but nothing was really sticking.
Yeah.
Which I think is honestly what freshman year is for, in my opinion. But I had one roommate, and we are super close friends. So that's
so good and so lucky.
And she also loves theater. She came and saw me in all my shows because we were friends in high school. So she's a really, really great friend. I joined a sorority right away, which was like a lot, but also gave me an immediate social circle, which was super helpful. And learning in my classes, I would say just meeting people, being like a friend of a friend.
Organically.
Kind of, exactly. Yeah. That was kind of the easiest way that happened. But It wasn't easy though. Like it was,
Yeah, it was a real
it took a lot of time, and I had to
Yeah.
trust the process for sure. But I think this past semester was when I felt things actually started to
Really
change.
pushing.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
definitely.
Good. When you were a student in high school and junior high, did you have any idea of what you wanted to study in college?
Not at all.
Good.
I applied undeclared to pretty much all of the colleges that I
Yeah.
could, and I went into Berkeley undeclared,
Great.
which was scary, and I had a lot of people telling me don't do that because that's going to limit you, but I felt like I couldn't commit to one single thing that wasn't authentic to me, and I ended up just going, and then I took classes in a bunch of different departments, and I ended up finding something that I really liked, and it's working out, but
Yeah.
it was scary, but it felt like the best thing for me, and I felt like if I'd done it any other way, I would have been forcing myself to do something
Yeah, you
else.
weren't ready to choose a path. You were like, let
Exactly.
me see everything that's available to me.
Yeah, and it was definitely hard for me to not. I knew for a while that I wasn't going to do theater as like a major.
Yeah.
I kind of had to make that decision, I feel like, earlier in high school because, the whole audition process and
Yeah.
everything. And that was a hard decision, and I had a lot of people saying, like, why aren't you doing it?
Yeah.
Like, are you scared? What's the reason why? I had to sit with it for a long time and think, do I really want to commit to this? Because, I mean, how many people have you talked to and they say you have to want it so bad to
Right.
be able to do it?
Yeah, it has to be like, I can't imagine myself doing anything else.
Exactly. And I just wasn't at that point yet where I was like, I'm not willing to give up everything else.
Yes.
And for me, I feel like I could still keep it as a hobby.
Yeah.
So it's something that I love. That doesn't have to go away.
Yes.
But I just had to make that decision. And that was honestly harder for me than picking, like, to be undeclared or to be not undeclared.
Well, yeah, I can retain, obviously, you could say a passion, and it's really a big choice to change it from being a passion to a career.
Yeah.
It's not going to feel the same. Now it becomes extremely competitive. It's a totally different animal.
Absolutely.
So, but I hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you most proud of yourself in this current season of your life?
That's a great question. I think I'm just proud of my growth. Like I was talking about before, change is not always easy for me, and I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yep.
It's not really easy for most people, but I'm just kind of learning as I go, and I think the trust that I am learning to have in myself is something I'm really proud of, and just knowing that it's going to work out and that I can't control everything. I just have to let things happen, and also that doing my best is enough. That's another big one that I am proud of myself for learning, and also just continuing to remind myself of that.
Yeah, it's about like giving ourselves grace. It's like you're sitting in the chaos and it doesn't feel good, but knowing like, I know that this isn't going to be forever. I know that it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable right now, but there's going to be a time where I can look back and be like, that was rough, but I got through it. And I always say like, I trust future Shayna.
Yes.
To figure it out. And truly what you said about just we're all doing the best we can. And even if we look back and we're like, oops, that choice, that every choice we're making really is the best we have to give in that time, in that
Exactly.
moment. And that's going to get us wherever it needs to, direct us.
Yeah.
And to be proud of it.
And it's definitely easier said than done. Also,
Oh my
like
gosh.
I can sit here, we can sit here and say that.
I know. You get a phone call and you're like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you joined I Can Do That in our first cast of the Broadway showcase. Do you have memories from like those first rehearsals in that show? What sticks out?
Completely. Yeah, I was just talking to my mom about this actually. So I just finished my elementary school production of The Wizard of Oz. It was the first time I had done theater, and I remember finishing that production and I cried, and I didn't know why. I was so sad, and my mom, obviously as a mom, she was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I was just saying, I don't want it to be over. I'm just having so much fun. And so then, her being the amazing mom she is, she reached out to people she knew and she said, do you know anyone that does theater or like has a organization or camp that she can join? It was really last minute. And we had a friend that had performed with Jerusha that past season. And she had said, oh, there's a woman that my daughter performed with, and she's starting a new theater company in Danville. I can send you her information. And that's how it all started. And I sent in a video, and then, I was so nervous for the first day.
Yeah.
I was so scared. And I remember walking into, where was it?
We did it. This is crazy. So our first auditions we did at the Village Theater on the stage, and we had like a pianist there to play with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like nuts.
But I didn't. I
You
sent
didn't
in
do
a
it all?
video.
Oh,
I
okay,
didn't
good.
do because I already missed.
Oh, so we
the
were already
audition.
kind of new then.
Yeah, but where was the rehearsals?
The first rehearsals we did at the Grange.
Yes,
Remember that?
that's what I
Yeah.
remember. I remember
Yeah.
walking in and just seeing, what was it, 18 kids?
There were 18 total kids, two of
And-
which are my nieces. So, yeah.
Yeah, and just thinking, wow, I hope that I can make friends.
Right.
I hope they like me.
Yeah.
And I remember immediately clicking with Liza and Rosie because of their sister connection. I'm very close with my older sister as well, even though she's not to theater. I wish.
Yeah.
But I remember just really making a connection with them right away. And that continued until Liza and I graduated, which is really special. But yeah, I just remember that first day getting the script and being told that I was going to be Glinda and what is this feeling, and just being so excited and just joy from that summer completely.
Oh, I love it. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Do you have any like memories that stick out about like our original studio that we were in? Because like we rehearsed at the Grange for a bit, and then after a little bit, I was like, we should have our own place, which we debated. But then eventually we found this 1,000 square foot little studio, moved in there,
Yeah.
which was like exciting and like,
Yeah.
you know,
It was great. It had
Yeah.
those big mirrors. It had pictures all over it. Yeah, it was
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Oh, so many memories. I would say one that sticks out is when I sang Quiet from Matilda for an audition, and in the middle of the silence, someone dropped a weight because there was the fitness center above us. And I just remember I didn't even notice it because I was so in the moment.
How good.
And my mom, she was in the room,
Yeah.
and afterwards she was like, I tried so hard not to laugh.
Oh my
because
gosh.
You were singing, and then you pause, and then there was just this giant crash.
And so our studio is like the best, was under Fitness 19. So this gym right above us. And so all the gym dudes are, practicing weights, and then they are practicing out. And they drop their weights, and it was like boom, like these huge clangs from upstairs. It was insane. We'd have days where we'd bring the kids in, and we'd have everybody lay on the floor and like meditate and just kind of relax and settle in. And then we'd have these like crashes from upstairs. It was
So I loved it. That's a really random memory, but
no, that's so good. God,
yeah, so many good memories there. Wow. Just, practicing for that near all the blocks that we would move around and finding different places to rehearse in the little room.
And we'd rehearse outside.
Outside?
We'd like send
Yep.
people outside, and
Yes.
it's crazy
I
on the
totally
stairs,
remember that.
and
Yep.
yeah.